Japan is a country consisting of several islands located in the North Pacific Ocean, off the northeastern coast of the Asian mainland, facing each of Russia, Korea, and China. Japan consists of thousands of small islands, and four major islands, Hokkaido, Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku, which together form an arc that extends about 1,900 kilometers. About 126,472,000 people live in Japan, which makes Japan one of the world's most densely populated countries. The Japanese call their country Nippon or Nihon, which means source of the sun. As for the name Japan, it may have come from the Italian name Zibong, which was given to it by the traveler Marco Polo at the end of the 13th century AD, who heard about the Japanese islands while traveling through China. Mountains and hills cover most of Japan, which gives it a remarkable beauty. Many of its mountains are volcanic, the most famous of which is Mount Fuji, which is the highest peak in Japan. Mountains and hills occupy large areas of its land, which made the majority of the population live in narrow plains along the coasts. These coastal plains include much of Japan's best farmland, and most major cities. 78% of the population lives in urban centers. Japan's major cities are centers of modern civilization, commerce, and industry. The city of Tokyo is the capital, and is the largest city in Japan, and is located on the Kanto Plain, which is the widest region in the lowlands. There are also 3 other cities in Japan, each of which has a population of more than 2 million. Japan is one of the world's industrial giants, with only Japanese industrial production exceeding that of the United States. The Japanese made a variety of products, including automobiles, computers, iron, steel, plastics, radios, and televisions. Japan has become a major economic power despite its scarcity of natural resources, as it imports many raw materials needed by industries, and Japan is considered one of the major trading countries. Japanese life reflects the image of Eastern and Western civilizations, from adhering to some ancient customs and traditions such as ancient Japanese wrestling and watching no and kabuki plays that date back hundreds of years, to coming together to watch the latest movies and plays, wearing Western clothes, and then wearing traditional kimono in celebrations. Many Japanese artists incorporate both Western and Japanese styles into their art. Ancient Japan was greatly influenced by the neighboring Chinese civilization and borrowed a lot from it, including art, language, technology, and others. And the first European to enter Japan was in the middle of the 16th century AD. It began trading with a number of European countries. However, at the beginning of the 17th century, the rulers of Japan decided to sever Japan's ties with the outside world in order to protect it from foreign influence. This isolation continued until the year 1853 AD, when the naval commander, Matthew Perry, brought his warships to Tokyo Bay. This show of force led to Japan opening 2 of its ports in the year 1854 AD in the face of American trade. During the 70s of the 19th century AD, the government began a comprehensive movement to modernize the country in all aspects. In the early 20th century, Japan turned into an industrial country with military power. The military controlled the affairs of the state by the 30s of the 20th century AD. On the 7th of December 1941 AD, the Japanese attacked the American naval bases at Pearl Harbor on the island of Hawaii, which brought the United States into World War II. The Japanese scored several early victories. But later the situation turned in favor of the United States and other allied countries. In August 1945, American planes dropped the first 2 atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. On September 2, 1945 AD, Japan officially surrendered and World War II ended. That war left Japan badly defeated, many Japanese cities were reduced to rubble, Japanese industries were destroyed, and the Allied forces occupied Japan. However, The skill of the Japanese man worked tirelessly to overcome the effects of the war. With the end of the 60s of the 20th century AD, Japan has become an industrial superpower. Japan's economic success has won the world admiration. At present, only a few people have a standard of living higher than that of Japan.